Hey there, it is Carrie with Abacus Business Solutions coming to you from New Jersey today. I am here at the ProfitCon conference for Profit First and super excited to be learning more about ways that we can help our clients take their profitability to the next level. So training's a little late today with being here, so I had to move that around a little bit. So let's jump right in. So today we're going to talk about the critical importance of expense tracking in the construction industry. So before we get started, Joe, just want you to scale yourselves 1 to 5, 5 being amazing, 1 being not so great. And how confident are you in your current expense tracking system? So give a number in the comment, 1 to 5. There's no judgment here. If you're a 1, that's okay. Everybody started at 1 at some point and has moved their way up. So, and if you don't feel comfortable, just still figure out what that number is in your head so you can figure out where you're at. Okay, so first of all, we're going to talk about why expense tracking is essential. So that's where you have to figure out, where are your financial leaks? What is going on in your business? Where is money just pouring out that you didn't realize and that you need to figure out what that is so that you can stop it as soon as possible. So you got to figure out, what is that area? So, maybe you've got recurring subscriptions. That is one area we see a lot. I had a client that saved over $400 per month on subscriptions that she was not using, and she didn't realize how much they added up. So I really encourage you to go through your expenses, see where you've got those leaks, software you're not using anymore, your memberships, anything like that, which is, hitting your account every single month, but you're not using. So another reason for needing to track your expenses is for accurate budgeting. When you're wanting to look ahead for the next year, you need to know what were your expenses this year and what does that look like next year, because that's going to be able to help you to plan better, look to see, okay, what's our fixed expenses that we have, what do we need to be making in revenue to cover those, what does our market need to be. It's going to give you so much information so that you can make sure you have resources allocated correctly. Another one, tax preparation. Like, you need to know how your expenses are all categorized so that your tax preparer can then put that information into your tax return. Otherwise, they are going to spend hours and hours going through trying to figure out what needs to go where. So if you have that taken care of throughout the whole year, it's just going to put you in a much better financial position to be able to see, okay, how is my business operating? Am I profitable? Am I making a loss? And then come tax time, it just makes it a whole lot easier for the tax preparer as well. So I want you to think for a second, what is one expense that you have discovered that you could cut after tracking your expenses? So feel free to share that in the comments, but I want you to stop and think about that as well. Okay, so the best practices for effective expense tracking. So using a dedicated system. So we use a software called QuickBooks Online, popular software, I'm sure you've heard of it, where we track all our clients' expenses, and we're categorizing them. We're making sure that there's no duplicates. We're making sure they are categorized correctly so that the tax preparer can then put them onto the tax return at the end. So it's just a lot easier to do it in a software like that, where everything gets downloaded from the bank account and you're not trying to do something manually on a spreadsheet where you can easily miss one, you could easily duplicate one. It's about efficiency in this day and age. So that is something that will really help you as well. So we talked a little bit about categorizing expenses. This is really, really important because you want to be able to see in your business how much you're spending in each area. So if you're not categorizing them and you're just looking at all these individual expenses, it really doesn't give you any guidance or information as to what you're spending in each area. So the categorization is really, really critical as well. And then to make sure that you're regularly reviewing your expenses. Some people start their business, they go over these expenses, they just keep going business month after month after month and never go back and actually look what they do. So we always encourage people to do a quarterly expense analysis and just go through and see what those expenses are. Does something seem high? Does something seem low? Maybe you've stopped using a piece of software. Maybe you've got something now that is doing a job that another piece of software did as well, and now you're paying for duplicate services that you don't need. So make sure that you're really digging into those expenses. Don't just let them be month after month and look at it once a year. Go through it every single quarter. You'll be able to save yourself money in that aspect. So again, let's rate yourself. So how often do you review your expenses? Do you do them on a regular basis, or are you doing them just as and when you have to, or when you start panicking because you realize that you don't have any money in the bank? What is it that prompts you to make that review? So some really important information there. So just really want you to think about how you're tracking your expenses. How do you know how much you're spending and where you're spending it, and what can you do to improve that system? Replay will be available for this, so if you didn't catch this today, don't worry, we will be getting the replay to you as well. But if this is something that you're struggling with in your business, then please reach out. Don't keep just going through this and struggling and struggling. Let us help you. Let us help you be able to know exactly where every single penny of your hard-earned money is going to, and what you can do to try and save money as well. Don't forget, if this is something that you think a friend would be of benefit to hear as well, or another business owner, then please go ahead and share this with them as well. We'll see you next time.